Good afternoon, Lieutenant Colonel Vindman and Ms. Williams. Thank you for your service. Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, I'm concerned that your loyalty has been questioned not just because you're bringing forward evidence of wrongdoing against the President of the United States, but because you're an immigrant. Recently, Fox News host Brian Kilmeade said he, meaning you, were born in the Soviet Union, emigrated with his family young. He tends to feel simpatico with the Ukraine. I find this statement reprehensible because it appears that your immigrant heritage is being used against you. Lieutenant Colonel, I came to this country when I was 3 months old. Your family fled the Soviet Union and moved to America when you were just 3.5 years old, right?
Correct.
And I understand that your father worked multiple jobs while also learning English, right?
Correct.
Your father stressed the importance of embracing what it means to be an American, correct?
That is correct.
All your childhood memories relate to being an American, correct?
That is correct.
You and your family faced difficult times during your childhood, correct?
Yes.
I can relate, that's my story too. But your father went on to become an engineer, right?
He reestablished himself in his former profession in the United States.
I can relate. I got a BS in engineering. Of course, some people claim I practice the BS part now. Your father never gave up working hard to build his very own American dream, did he?
He did not.
Well, Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, your father achieved the American dream, and so did you and your family. From one immigrant American to another immigrant American, I want to say to you that you and your family represent the very best of America. I assume that you are as proud to be an American as I am, correct?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to turn your attention to Yuri Lutsenko. You called him a disruptive actor in your opening statement, correct?
Correct.
Mr. Lutsenko, the former prosecutor general in Ukraine, has made various claims about various Americans, right?
Correct.
You are unaware of any factual basis for his accusations against Ambassador Yovanovitch, right?
Correct.
He also was a source for an article by John Solomon in The Hill, right?
That is correct.
And you said that key elements of that article, as well as his accusations, are false, right?
Correct.
Lutsenko is not a credible source, correct?
Correct.
Sir, the other side claims that there was absolutely no pressure on this July 25th phone call. I think that's what we heard earlier, right?
I believe so.
And you have termed what President Trump asked in terms of investigations on that phone call as a demand, correct?
Correct.
And you've pointed out the large power disparity between President Trump on the one hand and President Zelensky on the other, correct?
Yes.
There was pressure on that phone call, right?
The Ukrainians needed the meeting. The Ukrainians subsequently, when they found out about it, needed the security assistance.
So pressure was brought to bear on them, correct?
I believe so.
Sir, Colonel Vindman, last week we heard a decorated military veteran, namely Ambassador Bill Taylor, come before us. You interacted regularly with Ambassador Taylor, and you know him to be a man of integrity, and he's a patriotic American, isn't that right?
Superb individual.
I asked Ambassador Taylor a series of questions based on his experience as an infantry commander. I asked him, quote, is an officer allowed to hold up action placing his troops at risk until someone provides them a personal benefit? Ambassador Taylor responded, no, sir. Colonel Vindman, do you agree with Ambassador Taylor?
I do.
I then asked Ambassador Taylor, quote, is that because they would be betraying their responsibility to the nation? Ambassador Taylor responded, yes, sir. Colonel Vindman, do you agree with Ambassador Taylor?
I do.
I then asked Ambassador Taylor, quote, could that type of conduct trigger a court-martial? Ambassador Taylor said, yes, sir. Do you agree with Ambassador Taylor, Colonel Vindman?
I do.
Thank you for your service.
Concludes the member questioning. Representative Nunes, you're recognized for any concluding remarks.
Well,